The true story of a down-on-her-luck woman with a fire in her belly who gets a job working at a law firm and just accidentally uncovers a massive conspiracy. I was a senior in high school when this came out, and I'm not sure why, but I went to the theater to see it. Now, as a teen boy, a movie about a mom working at a law firm was just not something that I would have really been interested in. I was more into action movies like The Matrix and The Rock and Face Off. But I saw it anyway, and I remember really liking it almost 25 years later, and I still remember the scene that knocked my socks off. It involves Erin Brockovich reciting phone numbers and details about people. Now, at that time, I was known for my steel trap of a memory. I could remember and recite birthdays and phone numbers and class schedules really well. Now, at that moment, I connected with Erin Brockovich and thought, she's just like me. It was one of those movies that expanded my horizons and showed me that a movie, if done well, can make me interested in things that I didn't think I could be interested in. Julia Roberts is really intense in this movie. Now, I'm not sure that me and her would be friends in real life, but she's definitely someone that I'd want on my side or working for me. Now, even though she's a little rough around the edges, she knows the difference between right and wrong and is willing to stand up and fight for what is right. In Erin Brockovich, she turns a bad situation into a job opportunity, and even though she isn't initially well liked, she eventually proves her worth. The movie Erin Brockovich is kind of like that trolley car problem. Would you divert a train that is headed to kill 3 people if in the process you're changing the track to have it go and kill 1 person instead? Erin Brockovich wants to be a good mother, but she has no help and she has no money, so she relies on neighbors and cheap babysitters. And she gets more and more vested in the literally hundreds of people who are sick and dying because of a large corporation's pollution. She spends more time at work and less time at home. She made a choice, the choice to neglect her kids in hopes to save hundreds of people. She knows if she can buckle down for a little longer, her kids and the people impacted by the pollution will be much better off. Erin Brockovich is an underdog story. You don't need a fancy law degree or millions of dollars to do the right thing and make a positive and meaningful change in people's lives. While the movie itself follows a tried and true formula, I like that I got to see behind the scenes a little bit of a law firm and the research that goes into each case. We get a great explanation of why the "we don't get paid unless we win" lawyers take such a big portion of the settlement, and we get a powerhouse and award-winning performance from one of the 1990s biggest actresses. According to the real Erin Brockovich, the movie version of her story is 95% true. Erin's relationships with her boss and her biker neighbor, played by Aaron Eckhart, add a nice bit of emotion to the story as well. Now, Steven Soderbergh chose not to shoot this in widescreen, and he put a filter over every shot that makes things look bright and brown. It seems to be that same filter directors put over a shot anytime it takes place in Mexico. It feels like a movie, but the way the picture looks on the screen gives it a bit of a more realistic feel. Not quite like a documentary, but kind of in that direction. Now, Erin Brockovich is fast-paced and a lot of fun. There's nothing better than seeing the little guy stick it to a big bad corporation. Flirting your way into the records room at a water treatment plant, late nights at the office, looking through the want ads, non-traditional babysitters, town hall meetings, wearing a neck brace in court.